Are you guys tired of lagging and losing fights because your frames keep tanking mid-match? Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you how to instantly boost your PC's performance and get way smoother gameplay without damaging your system or risking anything. These are super easy fixes anyone can do, and by the end of this video, your game's going to feel way more responsive and you'll finally be able to focus on winning instead of those FPS stutters. So make sure you stick around to the very end to get every last drop of performance out of your setup and start dominating this Simpsons season. So let's get right into it. Alright, so as you guys can see, we are currently in the Simpsons season. So the first things we're going to do are actually the Fortnite settings for this season. So the first thing is windowed mode. I have it on windowed full screen for recording, but you can have it on either windowed full screen or full screen. Your resolution, you do not want to be playing at 2050 60 by 1440 like I am. You'll be wanting to play at 1920 by 1080 or a stretched resolution, as it gives you better FPS and lower delay. Next thing is VSync should be off. Frame rate limit should be at whatever your monitor can run. My monitor can run 480 hertz, but they don't have a 480 hertz option, so I just go with 360 FPS. And if you guys are having FPS issues, like let's say for example my monitor only runs 240 hertz, you'll want to run your PC at 200 FPS just so it caps it off a little bit below your actual monitor refresh rate. And capping off your FPS like that should give you a little bit better performance and more consistent FPS. I use the new performance mode. I recommend testing out both of them and seeing what works best for you, but I personally go with regular performance mode right now. Then brightness, I have it set to 150. User interface parallax, you'll want off. 3D resolution, you can have this set from anywhere from 80 to 100. Having it at 80 will make your game look a lot worse, but it will give you a lot better frame rate. Dynamic 3D resolution, you'll want off. View distance, you'll want near. Textures, low. And meshes, you will want low. Now, once again, I have show FPS on so I can see if I'm having any issues. And also, if you do have an NVIDIA graphics card, make sure your NVIDIA reflex low latency is on or on plus boost. And then disable report performance stats. Then you guys are going to come to the fourth tab and you're going to scroll all the way down until you see replays, and you're going to make sure these are all the way off unless you need them for something. Another thing is energy saving. You do not want this on, so set this to never, off and off. As well as if you come up here, you'll want to turn off NVIDIA highlights and peripheral lighting. And if you come to the second tab, which is audio, then you'll want to turn your sound quality to low, your 3D headphones off, background audio off, and then subtitles, you'll want to set everything to the far left, which is the best options for best performance. Then you'll want to press keep changes, and then you'll need to restart your game. And once you do that, now we're going to get into the actual stuff that will help get your PC running at the best possible it can for Fortnite and other games as well. So we're going to close out of Fortnite right now. So we're going to come down to the Windows, right click on it, press run, and we're going to bring this run menu, and we're going to type %temp% and press enter. Now you'll see that you have a lot of files here. And when I mean a lot of files, I mean like a lot of files. These files just hog space on your PC and you don't really need them. So we're going to just select them all and then press delete. And as you guys can see, it was up to 100 gigabytes of storage just being taken up on my PC. Now, if it brings up something like this, just press do this for all current items and press skip. And there you go. It deletes most of the files. Then you can close this out. Now, the next thing you're going to do is delete any unnecessary files on your PC. So for example, any of these things, like I have a bunch of videos and stuff on my PC. So I'm just going to take them all and press delete and just clean up some space on my PC, because why not? And once you do that, once again, you're going to close out of this. Then you're going to open your recycle bin. And once you're in your recycle bin, and then you're going to just empty your recycle bin. And that just makes sure it gets rid of all the stuff so it still doesn't hog space on your PC. Now, we're going to get into some of the more intense stuff right here. This is going to be stuff that will check your PC for any issues to make sure your PC is like running at the best performance possible, if that makes sense. The first thing we're going to do is open up our CMD. So we're going to come down to our Windows once again, press run, and we are going to type in CMD. Then you're going to press OK, and it will open up this. If it doesn't run as an administrator, you guys are going to have to figure out to do that. You used to be able to just pin the command prompt like this, right click on it and run as administrator, but I don't know why it's doing the terminal right now. So if you guys can get the regular command prompt, just right click on it and press run as administrator. And as you guys can see, it has administrator command pro. Then you're going to copy this thing that I have in my description, DISM online cleanup image restore health. Basically what this does is it goes to your best Windows version, like your most previous Windows version that was completely clean with no issues whatsoever, and it's going to just check your current Windows version to see if it has any issues at all. So it basically goes through all your files, all your everything, and it's just going to make sure that everything's running correctly, verify that it's all working, and depending on how fast your PC is and how often you do this, it will take a lot longer. Like I did this literally last week. I do it every single week just in case. And as you guys can see, it goes pretty darn fast, especially for my PC because my PC is really fast. For some of you guys, it will go very slow. And once again, if it does stop, let it be. Do not touch it. Do not anything. If it gets stuck at a certain percentage, just leave it be, guys. You're going to leave it be. And if it's still stuck after about like 30 minutes, then you can close and retry to do it. And if it doesn't work again, try and see if there's any Windows updates you can do. If there's any Windows updates, do those Windows updates and then try it once again. And if it still doesn't work, I have no clue because it should just run automatically. But once again, that's what you guys should do if it stops. And now we're just going to wait till this is over, and then we have one more command that I'm going to give you guys. Well, as you guys can see, it says the restore operation completed successfully. The operation completed successfully. If it has any missing files or anything that are missing, it will automatically fix them for you, and it should tell you that it did that. Now you can once again close out a CMD. All right, so what you guys are going to do is open up your CMD command prompt, run as administrator, and you guys are actually going to copy this long thing, which will give you the best power plan, and it will tweak some of the stuff in your PC to give you way lower latency, better FPS, and lower ping. And it is pretty long, so you're going to paste it and press enter. And as you guys can see, apply and save all changes, and it did it. After you paste that in, it should give you a way better power plan and tweak some of your settings on your PC. Now, the next thing we're going to do is update drivers for our graphics card and other stuff. So if you guys do not have an NVIDIA graphics card, you guys can skip this part. What we're going to do is we're going to open up the NVIDIA app. Now, if you guys don't have the NVIDIA app, make sure you guys go and download it. Now, you're going to click over to drivers, and you're going to install the GeForce Game Ready driver. You're going to press install. After a sec, you'll say express installation, and you're going to press that, and then it will install all of it. Once again, do not have any apps or anything open like that when you're doing this because it will make your game flicker, your screen flickers and everything because it's updating your drivers. But once again, always have your drivers updated. I recommend checking every 1 to 2 weeks for the best drivers for your PC and updating them. All right, after you guys update your drivers, then you're going to want to go down here. Once again, this is for NVIDIA only, and you're going to go to NVIDIA Control Panel. Now, the NVIDIA Control Panel is very important because it gives you a lot more options of what you can do to your PC. What you're going to want to do is going to manage 3D settings, and you're going to want to copy all of these settings right here. So either slow it down or pause all of these settings. We're going to make it a little bit bigger for you guys so it's just easier to see. And you're just going to want to copy all of these settings. The one that I recommend the most is low latency mode to set to on or ultra. And you're going to want to also set texture filtering quality to high performance. Now, if you guys want to just get this without doing anything else, you can just come over here and you can press use my preference emphasizing performance and bring the quality all the way over to performance, and that'll give you the best performance from your NVIDIA control panel. And then once again, if you guys want to get the best desktop color settings, which are my color settings, these are the ones I personally use. They don't affect your performance whatsoever, but they make your game and everything else look so much better on your PC. So brightness 80, contrast 60, gamma 1.05, and digital vibrance set to 100. You're going to press apply, and you have to do this for each one of your monitors. So if you have 3 monitors, you'll have to go through each monitor for just the color settings, but not for your managed 3D settings, and then press apply, and then you can close this out. Now, the next thing we're going to do is actually we're going to reset our graphics card. And once again, I recommend doing this with nothing open. So what you're going to press is Control Shift, your Windows key, and B. So what that does is that resets your graphics card. So if it had any issues whatsoever producing frames or something, it will automatically do that. And before we jump into the rest of those tweaks, I've got to mention something that completely changed how my game feels: Risen's tweaks. If you're tired of lag spikes, low FPS, or delay ruining your fights, this will fix all of that. It optimizes your setup so your game runs smoother, faster, and way more responsive. And I've been using it for a long time, about 9 months now, and I've been using the extreme optimization, and the difference is instant. Your building, editing, and fighting, everything feels way cleaner. And if you use code FLOW at checkout, you'll get 15% off, or just click the link in the description. So don't let lag hold you back. Get Risen's tweaks today and actually play at your full potential. All right, back into the rest of the tweaks. Now, the next thing we're going to do is actually go into our settings, and we're going to type up game mode. Click on this, and we are going to make sure game mode is turned on, and we're going to go on to graphics, and you're going to scroll down, and it should list all your apps right here, and you can just click on your app and let Windows decide, or you can put on high performance for your graphics card and then optimize for Windows game and turn it on. And you can do that for any game you want or anything. If you can't find your app, you can look it up on Google, and it will give you the direct thing to your app for Fortnite and other stuff like that. But I already have mine, and you're going to once again want to turn it on to high performance and optimize for Windows games on, as well as when you come back up here, advanced graphics settings, set hardware accelerated GPU scheduling on, And also, if you do want to, you can turn on variable refresh rate, but I do not like that on personally. Then you're gonna close all of this out. The next thing we're gonna go do is go back into our settings, and we're gonna go to our system, and we're gonna go to our display. Now here we are gonna see what hertz your monitor can go up to. So you're gonna scroll down until you find advanced display, click on that, and once again, you're gonna click on choose a refresh rate. If you do not have a 240 hertz monitor and you only have a 120 hertz, it's only reasonable for you to play on 120 FPS because it's the most you can get out of your monitor. And after you change all that, then you just press apply and you can close this out again. Then once again, we're gonna come back down here and we're gonna search up apps and we're gonna go to startup apps. Now you can turn off most of these if you don't want them. You don't really need them, like Microsoft Edge, I don't use that at all. Radeon, I use that for my CPU. Other stuff like that you'll want on, and Wallpaper Engine. But basically having all of these off will improve your performance by a lot because it makes sure that when you restart your PC or turn your PC on, all of these don't start up when your PC starts up. So make sure these are all off unless you need it to be on. And after you do all that, you're gonna press apply, okay, and close this out once again. I'm gonna show you what to do inside of Epic Games Launcher to actually make sure that Fortnite is running at its best and brightest. Now you're gonna wanna come to library and you're gonna wanna click on the 3 dots and go to options. Now for options, you're gonna wanna have pre-download streamed assets on, Fortnite Core and Battle Royale on, Fortnite Save the World off, high resolution textures off. If you play Save the World, you can keep that on, but having both these off makes Fortnite use way less space on your PC, and you don't need high resolution textures if you are on performance mode. And then press apply, and it will like update it and whatnot. And then you're gonna once again press on the 3 dots, press manage, and you're gonna wanna make sure you verify your files. Now, once again, it'll show that it's verifying your files, make sure there's nothing missing, nothing corrupt. If there is something corrupt, it will fix it. And once again, after fixing your corrupt files, your game will run a lot smoother. Once again, you can do this for any of your apps right here, and it works out pretty well. All right, now we're gonna go into the last thing, which is actually through your task manager. This is very important because once again, this will help run your stuff at the highest performance. So what you're gonna wanna do is press Control, Alt, and Delete. Then you're gonna wanna press Task Manager. And this is where you see everything that's running currently on your PC and whatnot like that. As you guys can see, there is a lot of services running right now, which is not good. But if you find something you don't want, you can just scroll down to it. You can end task basically, and it'll just close it out. As well as if you come over to startup apps, you can once again go through startup apps like this. Like for example, if I don't want light shot, I can just disable it from right here. If I don't want G-Hub tray, I can disable that as well. As you guys can see, a lot of my stuff is actually disabled, which is very good for when I start my PC. And you'll just want to disable once again everything that will mess with your PC's performance. If you go to details and you have an app open right now, like for example, I have a bunch of Chrome open for no reason and Discord open. If you find the Discord app that is running with the most work or considers the most work, you can right click on it and you can set the priority to high and change priority. And that will make sure that your PC high prioritizes that app. So you can do that with Fortnite, but you have to have Fortnite open up as well. As well as you guys can also come to services. And if you guys do not use your Xbox app at all, you can scroll down until the very bottom and you can basically just stop all of these services because Xbox app just takes a lot of resources from your PC, especially on Microsoft and Windows. So you can just close all those out and it will basically just get rid of them and it will make your PC run so much smoother. And if you like this video or it helped you in any way, please leave a like and please subscribe as we are only 800 subscribers away from 50K. Once again, thank you guys for taking time out of your day to watch my video. Go check out some of my other videos if you want to get really good at Fortnite. And I hope you all have a great rest of your day and I'll see you guys in the next one. I love you all. Bye guys.